Basically, in choosing the vehicles, obviously the first thing I start with is I read the script. Now, in this particular script, the cars that were already seemed to have been decided were the Buick GNX. Now, nothing's locked in at this point. I mean, the cars are, what they put in the script is basically a placeholder for something. And I don't know who had the idea for the GNX, but I thought it was a great one, So when I read the script, I said, yeah, that's perfect. It's a sinister looking car. It looks like Vin Diesel. They're cool. Back in the 80s, it was one of the fastest production cars you could buy. So I love that idea. As far as Vin Diesel's Chevelle, that was an easy one for me because when they came up, I said, we got to have a car that Vin Diesel drives. Okay, well, that's easy because in Fast and Furious 1, the credits rolled up, you see Vin Diesel headed to Mexico driving a red SS Chevelle. And the Chargers are given, obviously, from Fast and Furious 1. I read the script, and in the script, they called for using, I think it was a 66 El Camino that was going to come steal these tankers full of fuel, which just, to me, seemed too unrealistic. I wanted to design something that would show that, yeah, these guys built these things that are a purpose-built vehicle for stealing fuel tankers. All the other cars, what I'll do typically is I'll pick out, say, my top 3 favorites and bring some photos in. It's a challenge. It's hard to get everybody to agree on one car. I usually give them, these are cars that would be good for this scene. These are cars that would be good for this scene. It's just basically a process of elimination. You just narrow them down to everybody's favorite because you have to have you want to have that variety of cars, which is something else we try to accomplish. We try to have cars in the film that will appeal to, all types, that are going to go see the film. So, you got German cars, Japanese cars, the muscle cars, the off-road stuff. I'll usually do my best not to sabotage myself, and by picking cars that 1, fit the budget, 2, are obtainable, and then 3 are, easy to work on and will be capable of doing what's required. My personal favorites would be the trucks in the opening sequence. I don't know why I always wanted to build a truck with 3 axles, so then boom, my opportunity came up and we did it, and that was my favorite one. Then we ended up building the Hans pickup, which was a 67 Chevy truck, and we actually installed a 10-ton rear axle in the thing, like out of a big rig truck. And it just had a really cool look, a real hot rod, just very different. Something you don't see ever. That's probably my favorite. Well, basically what we do with the cars that weren't totaled, which was a fairly small number, we try to bring them back, clean them up, repaint them, make them look good, and they're used for publicity. And they'll be going to various events, various car shows. We had 2 cars up at the SEMA show. They'll be in constant use from now to the time the film is released, and even after the film was released, most likely they'll end up at Universal Hollywood Tour, or they'll end up at Universal Florida. They'll be around. And other than that, the rest of them just basically turned into scrap metal.